Welcome back again, and this is still season 7, and we're in Mombasa region. I'm Austin Nyambok, and today our schools that we have for you are
St. Charles Lwanga.
Okay, and the next?
The majestic Maandani.
Ooh, majestic Maandani. What is your motion, young ladies and gentlemen?
Advocacy for religious beliefs in public places should be banned.
Ooh, it should be banned. It should be banned. I don't know. That's up for debates. Who's proposing?
We are.
Who's opposing?
Us.
Some subtlety. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take it to the stage. Let's walk. Welcome to this exquisite and tropical heat of Mombasa. This is the Great Debaters Contest, and I am Austin Nyambok.
And I am Mariam Bishar. We have wonderful debates for you from this region. And today we have St. Charles Lwanga going versus Maandani Mixed Secondary School on a very contentious topic. Should advocacy for religious beliefs in public spaces be banned? We'll have them debate this very hot topic now. Proposal number 1, you have 3 minutes.
Advocacy for religious beliefs in public places should be banned. First, what is advocacy? Advocacy, according to Wikipedia, it is an activity by an individual or group which aims to influence decisions within political, economic, and social systems and institutions. A public place is a place that is accessible to everyone, to people of all classes and norms. And a religious belief is a feeling that is strongly believed by a certain religion that is supposed to be right or wrong according to them. And to ban is to prohibit, as all you understand. Advocacy for religious beliefs in public places, it should be banned. Why? First thing, we all understand that religion should be a personal matter, not a matter of the public. We have different religions in the world, and we also have a religion. That means if I am to advocate for my religion in a place whereby we have Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, and Bahas, and all the other religions, it will be bad simply because when I advocate for my religion, maybe doing something, it is not right, but doing other things to the religion, it is right. Let's say, for example, the terrorism that is in Kenya. I don't know whether it is a myth about the religion, but to find out that in some instances, the Westgate attack that happened, people said that it had something to do with religion. People said that if you are killed, if someone refuses to follow my religion, that means I have all rights to take action. That is wrong. And we all understand that if I stand here whereby I have Christians, I have Islams, I have Bahas and Hindus. Let's say, for example, the Hindus do not take meat from a cow, whereas all the other religions take. And I bring it to a meeting like this, whereby we have all religions. What will happen when that Hindu finds out that you did this? Let's say, take an instance whereby in America, we have homosexuality being allowed. That is freedom of religion. And let's say, for example, Christianity does not allow it, Hindus do not allow it, then it's none of my business if you don't allow it or not. And I'll give you a very good example of our school. There is something I hate. In our school, Muslims are allowed to maintain their hair, whereas Christians, simply because I'm a Christian girl, I cannot be allowed to go with long hair in school. Is it because of religion or other things? Let's say, for example, a Muslim or a Hindu is allowed to go outside the school. An SDA student is allowed to go outside the school on a weekend, whereas as for me, I'm not allowed. Where I find out that in other places like hospitals, we have hospitals for certain religions, whereby if you go to that hospital, you will get different services. Seriously, advocacy for religious beliefs in public places should be banned. I'm Glory Kamat from St. Charles Lwanga. Thank you.
We'll now go to the opposers. You have 3 minutes to make your opening statements.
Advocacy for religious beliefs in public places should not be banned. First, When we come to talent identification and nurturing, many people are talented, but they don't know the place where they can nurture their talents and make them grow. So when they're in a public place, they're conducting their religious events, people can get the chance to nurture their talents well. Example of such people who are nurturing their talents or they have already grown, the examples are Masi Masika and Eunice Njeri. Secondly, it has helped in solving problems. So in the public place, there are some people who will have got problems such as marriage disputes. The government will help them in solving the problems and giving them guidance. It helps people to have good friendship. It will also help students to have good friendship. They will not engage themselves in bad relationships like boys and girls relationships. They will know that by doing so, they will be committing sins. I'm Sophie Lwanga from Maandani Secondary School. Thank you.
We'll hear rebuttals now. Proposition, you have 3 minutes.
My name is Patrick Mwema from St. Charles, Lwanga. I'm here to absolutely propose a motion that says advocacy for religious belief in public place should be banned. I agree with this motion because there are specific places set aside for religious purposes. For example, in the church, in the mosque, and other places. Why then there is a need to go preach in the buses, the vehicles which are moving, maybe perhaps at the market. And yet these places are set conveniently for the specific purpose of spreading the word of God. On the 23rd August of 2013, all the newspapers and maybe the media, they were discussing about a very famous man called by the tail prophet of the Nairobi Healing Ministry, sorry for that. He was charged for charging his followers for what we call the miraculously healings. In most of the markets, we have what we call the men's going to preach and say, oh, let's say this. And yet, in that market, there are people who are doing business. They are trying to cater for their health. They are trying to cater for their basic needs. So when you go and interrupt them, maybe perhaps these entrepreneurs or these sole proprietors, they are using the microphone to also advertise and maybe perhaps to sell their goods. Wow, how are these customers going to take them? How are these customers going to listen and to know there are products that are existing in this market? Well, I might cause this, what you call this advocacy in public might cause distraction because some of these preachers, maybe perhaps some of these people, let me not call them preachers because some of them are hypocritical persons. They go, they preach, and yet there is what you call the name of the spreading, they go preaching the name of spreading the word of God. Yet some of these people are trying to get a look of how they are going to satisfy their needs. So they just venture into the market and they start doing what we call preaching, trying to harvest where they have not planted. Thank you very much.
Opposition, we hear your rebuttal as well. You have 3 minutes.
Hi, this is Joseph Mwambui, Maandani Secondary. The one who has left here has said that these guys are interrupted. And to me, these guys are not interrupted because once these services are conducted there, these ones are not forced to listen what is being said. So it is their choice to choose if is quite good for them to listen or not. And the other one has said that she's being told that she should not plait her hair. And I think this is just nonsense. How can you be hired in a company which has got a certain uniform, then you want to change the uniform to come up with yours? Unifying factor, it has united people all over the world due to the existence of different religions. And that is why you can go to America and find a believer there who is a Christian. Second, breeds in humanity, respect in humanity. Enhancing of good morals has been easy that due to the fact that these services are being publicized. And this is how the people may be told that not to kill, and they will do so. Not to steal, they won't do it. Thirdly, strengthening one's faith. Publicizing these religions has really held the hearts of men, since they are given hope in Jesus and also Muhammad when they've lost hope. Thank you for those.
Thank you to the audience for those questions. The proposers have been asked, how does homosexuality affect freedom of religion, which is something they had stated earlier in their submissions. And the opposition have been asked, why should members of different religious groups be subjected to hearing about the beliefs of a particular person, for example, in public spaces, even though they don't subscribe to that religion? We'll have them respond to those questions. Third proposer, you have 3 minutes.
My name is Jacqueline Kasinga from St. Charles, Lwanga. I'm here to propose the motion that states, advocacy for religious beliefs in public places should be banned. First, I'll kick off by saying, one of the opposers said that when they're held publicly, they help promote hope and restoration. I don't think so. Let's call a spade and not a big spoon. Let's be factual and go with the trends of today. How many religious leaders have we seen exploiting the public? I believe that most religious leaders are not there to teach, but to enrich themselves. And then there's a question of how homosexuality affects freedom of religion. We all know that we all have different basics of our religion, don't we? So we have like homosexuality in Christianity, and maybe Islam, it is not accepted. So when you come out publicly and say that I advocate for this because I'm from this particular religion, then that hinders freedom of religion. Let's look at the multitude of religion we have in the world today. We have Buddhists, Muslims, Christians, and just to mention a few. These religious communities theoretically cannot exist in peace. Hence, the need and the necessity to ban advocacy of religious beliefs in public. We also have the issue of terrorism, something affecting Africa, Kenya. It is very evident of that. These terrorists take advantage where there's a large number of people. We have a case whereby there was a grenade attack at a crusade at Uhuru Park, Nairobi. These are reports from the Daily Nation, June 14th, Monday, 2010. Somebody lobbed a grenade to the crusade goers. Six innocent lives were lost only because of going for a crusade which was in public. These lives could have been saved only if it was not in a public place. Then, when you come out publicly, there's that controversy you're creating. Like we have atheists in Kenya, we all know that. And then, there's the atheist president in Kenya, he's Harrison Mumia. This community argued that the word God in the first stanza of the national anthem should be eliminated. This caused a lot of controversy. I know you had different ideas on that particular topic, didn't you? So when you advocate for something publicly, there's a lot of controversy because people come up with different ideas about what you're saying. So to save on that, they should be banned. And then, I have my beliefs. I believe you all have yours. So, I'll quote from John Carlin. He says, religion is like a pair of shoes. Pick one that fits you, but don't make me wear your shoes. Thank you.
Opposition, you have 3 minutes to respond to the audience.
I'm Janet Mbeyu from Maandani Secondary School. I'm here to oppose the motion. Advocates for the religious belief in public places should not be banned. My first point, it brings intermarriages. Like, if you are in a rally and you have seen a cute girl or you have seen a boy who is handsome, you have to follow him or you have to follow her to tell that person that I really love you and have to start a family with you. It acts as a source of income. How? For example, a person might be poor, not only a pastor, also a Muhammad, if I'm not wrong, might be poor, and he or she wants to feed his family. He has the opportunity to act as a pastor or an imam so that he can get the members in his church or in the mosque to get the tithes that he will use them to feed his family. On to my third point. Encourages people who have lost hope. This is shown when a person has lost hope. He doesn't know what to do next in his life or her life. He has to take the Quran or the Bible to read the word of God that will give him or her hope to continue with life. Thank you.
We'll hear final submissions. Proposers, you have a minute.
Here again, to firmly conclude. And just to point out that what I was saying was indeed true. The last opposer just mentioned, it creates income. Is it really a business? Are you there to create business or to spread the word of God? Okay, let's face it. And I'm sorry to use majorly the Christians, whereby the motion bases on all religions, so I may apologize for that. Let's face it, Christians today are like frogs gathered in a swamp, not basically speaking about the gospel, but debating on who's the most sinful one. Thank you.
Opposition, you have a minute as well.
Answering the questions which has been asked. These things, the services should be publicized due to the fact that in some quotes of the Bible, we're told that we go to the world, we spread it. So it has not been stated that it's a must for you to follow it. And they've not come to you with bangers so that they chase you or they tell you to believe.
Gloria from St. Charles, Lwanga. I would say, being the first speaker, you need to up your game. You need to start with a bang, because you carry almost the entire team. Otherwise, you did well. Your presentation was okay. Then we have Patrick. You did not play your role for the part of the cross-examining the opposing side. Then your presentation, too, did not appear so original on my side. Then I would also want to make a comment on Jacqueline. That was a good presentation, good use of non-verbal cues, especially the facial expression. I liked it when you're talking about the 6 lives lost. We could almost see you almost shedding tears. So that was commendable.
Soflin Wanje, you spoke using the same tone from the word go to the end. So try to employ an aspect of tone of variation in your speech. It is very important when it comes to debating. Joseph Momuye, work on the coherence of your arguments. I could see elements of stage fright in you. So try to do some mock rehearsals or dress rehearsals before you come to speak. But you can make a good debater if you work on the stage fright. Janet Mbegu, your points were somehow hanging, especially the point of intermarriage. It really did not come out so convincing, but then you tried. So you only need to work on the coherency of your arguments and make sure at the end of the day, when you raise a point, you tie it to the motion. Thank you.
I'm just trying to jumble around, looking at the people, at the debaters who are speaking. For example, Soflin, you only spoke for 1 minute, and then you sat. We have 2 more minutes waiting for you, and so we are left just to penalize you. Joseph as well, look at your closing time when you are coming to close the debate. What happened? You're supposed to be a cross-examiner at first. That never happened. And then what happened? You just disappeared on the stage. Janet, time as well, it has been addressed. Muema, on the other side. Cross-examination, you're supposed to listen to the opponents and then ask them questions based on that or question their debate. That never happened. We guys as teams, I want to just conclude this and say that we needed to do extra preparation. Is that okay? To do extra preparation because this is a debate that we want you to give us your best. Otherwise, it was fair.
Numbers now. Maandani Mixed Secondary School, the judges awarded you 50%. Kindly give them a round of applause. And your opponent, St. Charles Lwanga, the judges awarded you 60%, making you the winners of this debate.
We'd like to thank you, our viewers, for watching us back at home, and our audience here. Please engage us on social media at Great Debaters EA for Twitter and all our other social media platforms. I have been your host, Austin Yombok.
And I am Mariam Bishar. Thank you for watching.